In 1965, Lyndon Baines Johnson signed into law the 1965 Voting Rights Act based on what happened in Selma and Montgomery. And Selma was somehow chosen to engage in bringing about a change in what should take place in terms of equality of opportunity and to erase discrimination according to race and color, to engage in opportunity for those persons who really wanted to see our city, our state, and our nation grow into a nation of unity, wherein people are judged by the content of their character and not by the color of their skin.
I was coming out of the bathroom, and it was probably like, I don't know, I think it was like 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning, and I got about even with Ebony's office, and I heard two little girls laugh, and I didn't pay it any attention. I just kept walking. I took about 2 steps, and then I heard and felt them run past me, and you could hear them laughing, and they just kind of like disappeared. It was just 2 little girls. It gives me the creeps when I think about it.
All right, where we're standing right here is exactly where the slave balcony stood during the slave period. This is where the slaves would come up and stay. Most of the churches in that period had slave balconies. All the denominations would have slave balconies. Matter of fact, if you rode down there to the St. Methodist Church, if you saw the rooms down there, it actually had a slave balcony too. And then after slavery was abolished, the blacks took the church over. And that church burnt down in 1954.
I just had a big bonfire going, and I was sitting there having a Jack and Coke. You know, it's freezing temperature. And they were inside, and anyway, I heard something go kaboom in there. And Charles Moss was in there, and he said they heard this bottle just rolling across the floor. It's 1840 church. There's nothing inside. It's just like a big room, you know. And Charles said you could hear this bottle just rolling and rolling and rolling. No way that could have happened. They all came running out, and I was going, good grief, finally something happened. You know, I wanted to see something come chasing them out of there. Nah, there's a place I want to take y'all. It's really neat. I'll look after this place. Cut the grass and all that. In the winter, you go out there in the winter when it's cloudy and overcast. You're walking around out there. It's creepy. It's creepy in the daytime. Really. You'll see. We'll go out there. When the Ghostbusters came, I spent the night out here in a tent, and about 5,000 coyotes were out there in that field behind the church, and they were doing that old woo stuff, and I was going, please God, I don't believe in ghosts. And it was real strange. This guy was buried in 1856.
Oh, wow.
And I was here, but everybody that was there, you know, to lead that group around, Chip was standing there and was going, ooh, look at that. Did you see her? Little black girl just went through that wall. Oh, y'all didn't see her? They're fast. And, I was going, yeah. And then only Chip was seeing these ghosts. Only Chip. And he's actually really funny. But I figured out what he made that weekend, that Friday, Saturday, and then they left Sunday. It was him and this woman who just used to even talk to her, you know, and this other girl, and this biker guy, and the biker guy was like a monster. This guy was a big guy, and I was going, man, you know, it's a big guy. And then he opened up his mouth, and then he talked like a little girl. What is ghost busting coming to, you know?
room 301, the room that the notorious bank robber Jesse James stayed in. I do get a vibe when I walk in that room. As you can see, I don't have hair on my arms, but feel like I do when I go in 301. I always get a chill when I goes in that room. Yes, I have experienced the dog barking in the courtyard. They said the dog belongs to Jesse J. Mysteries, and we have had ghost hunters to come here to say they have heard the puppy also.
What was that? What was that dinner party your mother threw the night the dog passed away?
Where it caught on fire.
The dog caught on fire?
No, the dog died, and then the whole living room caught on fire.
But she kept the dinner party going. They didn't realize any of that happened.
Did this happen in one night?
Yes, in one
The
night.
dog died
Exactly,
at
one
the
night.
living room caught
In
on
one
fire?
night, the dog ate a bunch of dry dog food and then ate water, and it twisted its gut. It's a standard poodle, and it died. And then as she went downstairs, and then so she goes downstairs and the dog's dying, and then she goes back upstairs and the whole living room's on fire from these candles. Anyhow, it's
What a bad night.
and then I came home and I went, "What's going on, man? What is it?" Bad night, but very funny. My mother's British. You will love this. Says she hates to cook. She designed a house once in Atlanta and it had no kitchen. And she meant it. And look, it had this little galley area where you like prep food for that was takeout, like caterers. It's like, this is where caterers come in right here. Right? You know, it's very funny.
People are people. There's no such thing as color. Close your eyes. Do like this. Can you see some color? But if I touch with you and I deal with you, what?
Just people.
Is there a color? Is there a color right there? Shut up. People are people. Later on. Talk to y'all, man.
All right.
Gotcha.
The sacrifices that many people made, people who came from all over the country really at that time to engage in that march from Selma to Montgomery. I sat on that platform and looked out over that sea of humanity, a feeling of great triumph and victory, knowing from whence we have come and knowing how far we have come from, I say from nowhere to somewhere. Then I can only hold a very optimistic outlook of where we will be in the future.